Remember, senior tennis players play far more doubles than they do singles. We're going to give you some tips on the proper position for a doubles team as servers and as receivers. And if you really like these tips and you think they're beneficial, don't share them with your opponents, keep them to yourself. But it all starts with my position as the server. I'm going to line up in a position halfway of my court to cover it for my partner, which will be halfway between the hash mark and the doubles line that puts me in a position to cover my half of the court and my responsibility to my partner. As you can see, the position of my partner, Jim Smart, is where he normally thinks he should be as the net person in the serving team. This gives me 99% of the court to cover. I don't want that. I want Jim to move to his left to be in position to cover his half of the court. And that position as a net person is halfway between the service dividing line and the doubles line. If you're going to assume the proper position as the net person in the serving team, you will be in Jim's position halfway between the service dividing line and the doubles line. As you can see, Ted Ballesteri has assumed his position to cover his half of the court. However, as a receiving team, his position is more to his left, square off to the net person, the most immediate eligible receiver of the next shot off return to serve, for Ted to cover his half of the court for any shot hit cross court. His position is to take one step left or one step right to take away his half of the baseline on the receiving team. You can see Dan Stafford's position is really to protect his backhand. He's a little bit too far to his left, but normal position to cover equal distance left or right on a service delivery would have Dan move the 2 steps into his right to line himself up with the server through a midpoint of the service line. This would give him proper position to move both left and right as a receiver. Let's take a look at some slow motion here and freeze some situations that will show us different positions which will help you stay in the point and give you a better chance to win at doubles. Okay, in this situation, we're going to see where the up person on the receiving team leaves his spot too early. Receiver hits to the net. Now we'll see in this situation where the up person, which is Ted Ballesteri, has left his spot before the ball has penetrated the net person. He's taken his team as well as himself out of the point. Now in this situation, you'll see where Ted Ballesteri, the up person, holds his position when the receiver returns the ball to the net person. He's taken one step early, but he's still allowed himself to stay in the point. As you will see as the point progresses, you will see where the net person in the cap has taken away the most direct shot from Dan Stafford, the receiver, forced him to change directions of his shot, which is an unforced error. He dumped the ball in the net. Now, in this situation, we're going to see players exchange position. The up person on the receiving team has now moved to his right to the alley to take away the most direct shot from the baseline person, which was the server. And in turn, the original net person, the player in the cap, has moved from the net back to the middle, or we call the up position on the receiving team. So the receiving and the serving teams have just exchanged position. Why? Because the ball changed positions on the court. Now the net person, you see him turn, the player allowed to line himself up on line of the volleyer to allow his team to stay in the point. Every time the ball is hit to a new position on the court, the player's position changes. If you really want to be a lazy team, you do one thing. You hit the ball right back where it came from. You never have to move again. In this situation, you're going to see everyone hold their position, especially the up person again, because the receiver has returned the ball to the net person. Ted has held his spot, stayed in the point. Now his team has successfully kept the ball in play twice. Result, they win the point.